Hello everyone and welcome back to the next installment of our 10.1 raid guides, proudly presented by Kingston FURY. This is Crzypck from Mythic, and today we'll show you how to kill the first boss in Mythic Aberrus, Kazzara. For all of our Mythic videos, we'll assume you know the fight and its mechanics on heroic difficulty. As such, these videos will show you the Mythic mechanics and focus on the strategy to defeat the Mythic version of the encounter. If you need a refresher on any of the baseline heroic abilities, check out the heroic guide for the encounter on our channel. For this fight, we recommend a comp of 2 tanks, 4 healers, and 14 DPS. Kazzara's Mythic version really only has one mechanical change. Like in heroic, the Rays of Anguish beams cannot expire and they'll only disappear when you run them over a Dread Rift. However, on Mythic, if a Ray of Anguish beam touches any molten scar, which is the goop on the ground, it'll explode and deal heavy damage to the entire raid. This will happen whether it's a molten scar puddle from a previously cleared Dread Rift, or even the new temporary line of goop that follows the new Rays of Anguish themselves. The entire Mythic fight is managing this and trying to prevent the Ray of Anguish beams from exploding on the raid too many times and killing people off. You'll want to closely manage where the Dread Rifts are placed and where the raid is positioned. We found that you can keep the boss mostly in the middle of the room. When each set of Dread Rifts comes out, drop them in a line from the boss towards the wall. Make sure everyone in the raid is to the left hand side of the rifts, and loosely spread out. When the Rays of Anguish come out, dodge the circles on the ground indicating the spawn point. That will hurt a lot if you get hit. The players targeted by the rays then need to carefully kite them over to the Dread Rifts. Make sure to never cross a path with someone else's beam. Once you've cleared the rifts, the entire raid will shift clockwise slightly. Rinse and repeat. Now, we do want to note a couple of things. The Hell Beam will sometimes overlap with when you're trying to clear Rays of Anguish. If this happens, and the beam is aimed at blocking you from getting where you're trying to go, you'll instead need to just kite the ray backwards towards the wall and wait it out. When the boss reaches sub 40% health, there will now be 6 Dread Rifts spawned by each cast, and you'll need to start spreading them out a bit more. You probably won't have enough space at this point to create a straight single line, so drop them with a little bit of a space between them for your ray players to run. Kite the rays carefully and take your time. This fight isn't a DPS race, so focus on minimizing the number of ray explosions. There will be times that dragging a ray over goop is unavoidable, especially later in the fight, and a single explosion generally isn't going to be lethal. It's important to note for this that if you drag a ray over a large puddle of goop from a previously cleared Dread Rift, it'll only explode once while it's going over that entire puddle. If you're kiting a ray and you know you'll need to drag it over goop, feel free to call it out on Discord so the healers are aware. You'll also want your healers to start rotating cooldown sub 40% as needed as the overall raid damage starts to really ramp up. Keep yourself focused, drop Dread Rifts spaced out a bit, be careful with the rays, and bring down this dragon. If you enjoyed this guide, remember to like it and make sure you're subscribed to the channel to catch all of our previews, guides, kill videos, and more. A big thank you again to Kingston FURY for making guides like these possible. From everyone here at Mythic, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.